Welcome back to Tales from the Underroom, where nothing is sacred and everyone dies. Last week, the heroes of Tin Town set out from the town of Goodmead to pursue a Verbeeg, a giant kin that had stolen 3 casks of mead from the town and killed their speaker. Tracking it through the forest, they found its lair and crafted somewhat of a plan to strike against it. As combat started, however, they, through a series of strategic mistakes, found themselves quickly on the ropes. While 2 of the members took on the Verbeeg itself, Flynn and Soren found themselves alone in the dark, and only one of them could see. Soren, unfortunately being unable to see in the dark, found himself underneath the claws of a bear. Luckily for him, Nurgle, the cleric, came in to save him. However, now Nurgle is in a dangerous spot. Let's see how it goes.
Nurgle, make a death saving throw.
Okay.
Put that 20. Let's do this.
I'm dead.
Wait, no, you made
I rolled a
it.
1.
He rolled a 1.
Nurgle has died.
Oh my god. I mean, no one knows yet, but...
Flynn,
Nurgle knows.
hang on. Flynn, you are holding Nurgle, dragging him away. And as you pull him out of the danger of the bear's claws, you hear him sigh, and with that last, he stops breathing.
Nurgle? Can you hear me? Nurgle! I hit his cheek.
Smack the shit out of him.
Ow.
You're like ascending to wherever you're going. What the fuck?
So, Flynn, as you pull, you're pulling Nurgle away from the scene of combat. You hear him. You see the blood gushing from the slash across his chest, and in one last sigh, he exhales. Nurgle, do you have any last words?
I already said them.
Okay.
I fucking told you.
I fucking told all y'all.
And with that, Nurgle breathes his last. Nurgle, do you have a last name?
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Just Nurgle.
The man you knew as Nurgle expires from this world. Soren, make a death saving throw.
Failed.
Better not be a 1.
No.
It's not a 1.
It was a 2.
Oh.
Okay. Soren's not looking great. Which brings us back to the Verbeeg. The Verbeeg, bloody, breaking, looks around, is not seeing things looking good for him, but also doesn't see a true means of escape.
There's not.
Rears on Zoria, who has dealt the most damage to him,
That's fair.
and is going to come down with 2 attacks with his spear.
Oh yeah. That double attack magic.
You sure you don't want to hit me? I'm pretty imposing.
The first is an 11 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
The second is a 10.
That doesn't
You
hit
lucked
either.
out.
Let's go. Let's go.
And the adrenaline of the battle, you've dropped out of bear form. You've taken your beatings, and you feel this moment of clarity as he comes down at you with his spear twice, and you duck once, and it whiffs through the air, and you duck again, and it misses again, and bites into the rock wall. And you look at him and with this feeling of satisfaction, and he looks back at you, afraid. But he doesn't know where to go, so he stands his ground. Flynn, it is your turn.
I know where he's going.
So Flynn, after the bear runs off, and he's gone back to Nurgle and he's witnessed the last breath. He doesn't know what to do. He looks over at Soren, who's down and unconscious, and he whimpers out, "Soren, I don't think Nurgle's doing well. Nurgle, can you hear me? You can't do this. We're heroes. You can't do this. Guys, anybody out there?"
Flynn,
He sits on his knees.
as you cry out into the darkness, and you feel the cold around you, and the icy wind from the hills blowing through the cave, and the frozen water of the creek. Roll a percentile dice. 2d10. Roll 2d10. You should have one that's double digits and one that's single.
79.
79. You feel the cold whip around you, and you feel it extend to your hands where you're holding your friend, who you already viewed as a friend despite the short time. And you feel it embrace them, and you watch as the frost surrounds the body and encases them. And as you pour your energy into them, you feel your vitality draining. Are you willing to take 1 point of exhaustion?
He doesn't know what's going on, but he wills it if it can be done.
Okay. So you now have 1 point of exhaustion. As energy drains from your body, you feel the warmth leave you, and Nurgle's body covers over in frost. It does not move. It is very still and cold. But it is preserved in ice. And you let it slump to the ground.
This is all I can do. And I kind of like fall to the ground,
Mm-hmm.
exhausted.
Yeah. And in that, with that motion, you do expend the next few seconds of time, which is going to bring us back to Torek. Torek, you fighting for your life between the ogre and the Verbeeg, on the edge of flame and destruction.
I'm going to attack the Verbeeg.
Okay.
Not that box. Screw that box. I don't like any of these rolls.
You rolled with advantage because you were
I did
flanking?
roll with advantage. yeah.
Okay.
The highest I got was a 12.
I'm sorry,
Plus
man.
everything?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
12 does not hit.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
You in a moment of panic, realizing the situation that you're in and things are looking very badly for you, bring your poleaxe down, attempting to slash at the Verbeeg, but can't connect. Something's wrong. Something deep in you is wrong, and you're swinging and you're trying to fight, but you've seen death, you've looked death in the eye, but it's never been quite so close. And in this moment, you feel it, and it affects your aim, and you miss.
Okay.
Do you have anything else that you want to do?
Not anything that I can do. Thematically, I'm going to stand my ground and show no fear.
Okay. You pull your poleaxe back and prep yourself for whatever comes next. Zoria, it is your move.
Yeah. Man, guys, my allergies are acting up.
Yeah.
This is just.
Who left the window open with the fan
There's
blowing
a
all this
pollen in here. It's drying up my eyes, you know?
Winter pollen.
What, man.
Winter pollen. Winter pollen's fucking me up.
All right, let's get this guy.
Saw this goddamn meter.
Swinging at him with my lovely stick.
Yep.
And that is going to be a 21 to hit.
21 hits. Roll damage.
The gods just didn't want me to kill. They wanted you to kill.
That's very. All right, that's going to be 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay. You bring your shillelagh down as it steps out of the way of Torik's poleaxe. As it steps forward, moves its kneecap out of the way of one weapon, you bring your other one down into it, and you watch as it bends almost in the wrong direction.
Got him.
And it yelps out in pain from the blunt force of it. He is barely standing. He's propping himself up on his spear now and looking around frantic.
You are kidding me.
Fucking die!
This guy,
Is an ape.
he's an ape.
Yeah,
Oh,
Man.
he's a literal ape.
Yikes. Okay.
So
Fine.
we are now back at the cave bear's turn, who continues to run, having found no support from his perceived allies. Continues to run back into the wild, where he finds himself most at home.
Do more damage if I just pull my dick out and hit him.
Yeah, that
might,
that
yeah.
seems right.
That might at
Provides
least like
something
put him
going.
off.
Provides some weapon, yeah.
Maybe that would put him off balance. He
piercing
just didn't
damage?
expect that.
It is when it's this cold. It's got negative reach.
The ogre looks to his Verbeeg companion in fear and terror at what is happening to him, and goes into a rage and yells, "Me, friend!"
Oh my God.
And brings his club down to protect his friend in a righteous fury against the attackers, against Torik.
It's not ogre.
It's not ogre till it's ogre, laddie. Oof, that is an 8 to hit.
Nope.
In his fury, he's blinded by his fury and brings it down.
Swinging around.
Yeah.
I'm missing the very being. The ogre's missing
missing
me.
you. It's not pretty. You
It's just a slugfest.
yeah. You see as the ogre rears up with his club, and you shift your shoulder pad up between it and manage to shift with it to glance the club blow down into the ground.
This combat is so stupid.
It hits the flames and sends sparks flying.
Oh.
Your turn. It is
I
Soren's
like the
turn.
mental image of it's
Soren,
like
roll a death saving throw.
boom, boom.
I'm just moving around trying to hit this other guy.
15.
Hey,
Soren
Sweet.
holding on for dear life.
We're just going back and forth.
Survive.
Survive.
Well, I'm not gonna
Holding
say
on.
anything.
Breathing deeply, attempting.
Alright, you gotta survive.
Flynn
That's it.
sees him there
Well,
on the
I'm
I'm gonna
ground.
take 2 more.
He's alive. He's not looking good, but he is at least alive. Verbeeg's turn. The Verbeeg, very disturbed by what's happening. He's going to attempt one more time. He's going to reach out and try to grab Torek. That's a 19 to hit.
That he grabs me.
That hits.
Damn, he's gonna throw me in a hole.
So to debate whether or not you are grappled,
I'll see you soon, buddy.
roll athletics or
Athletics.
athletics or acrobatics.
You said the magic thing. This is the only thing I'm good at.
That's a nat 20.
It's a nat 20. He reaches down with you. He grabs onto your torso, and as he tries to lift you up, you grab one hand onto his thumb, one hand onto his pointer finger, and you just clench down, dropping your poleaxe to the ground. You clench down and crush into his flesh. You watch his blood starts to pour around your fingers, and he looks at you, and
I throw him in a hole.
there's a moment of shock, and he doesn't know what to do. And he tries to lift you up, and you push down, and you shove against him with the fury of a righteous God, and cannot be lifted from your point.
That's right.
He stares at you in shock, unable to react to this action. Flynn, it is your turn.
All right. So he's shaking, and he just says to himself, I don't know what to do. Soren! And he runs over to Soren, and he just says to him, I'm not letting you go too. And I'm going to try to help stabilize him.
You guys use the help function?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I'll let you do that. You run over and you prop your friend his head and his shoulders upon your lap and try to put pressure against the blood flowing from his wounds, and hold him up against the torrential flow of fate.
We're gonna be okay. We're gonna get out of this. You and me.
Not him, though.
Although
Oh no.
although you can despite your vision being able to pierce the shadows, you feel darkness encroaching around you, and you feel it pressing upon you. It is heavy and it is cold, and you hear the sounds of battle and metal clanging and roaring and screaming in the distance. But it all seems so very far away. And in that moment, you feel the cold grasp of night around you. And you hear a whisper, maybe in your ear, maybe in your mind. You hear a woman's voice say, "This is the way the world works, child. But if you are mine, you will only feel this pain this once." Torek, it is your turn.
Okay. Coming out of this grapple and stuffing this guy. I'm gonna roll an attack, and then I hope I get to fuck this guy up. Please just fucking die.
Seriously. It's fine if you take the kill. Really.
17.
That hits.
Okay.
Roll damage.
Send this guy to the shadow realm.
Yeah, for real. Like, oh my god.
Where's my D10? I have 3. Okay, there it is. I get to re-roll those. Great weapon fighting. Let's do this.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
Okay. 11.
That's what I was looking for. Are you for real?
How do you want to do this?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm coming out of grabbing him and stuffing him down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my poleaxe in my hand, even though I technically just rolled to
Yeah.
attack with the poleaxe.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give him a knee to the face, and then grab him and pull out the dagger on my belt and get him in the neck and sever the spinal column.
Okay.
And let him
Oh,
drop.
that was descriptive.
You guys, Zoria, you watch. You have wailed on this Verbeeg. You, with your last hit, he falls to his knee and he reaches out and attempts to grab at what's in front of him, being Torek. And Torek, building off of your momentum, drops his poleaxe, grabs the back of the hair on his head, pulls it down into his knee, slamming upwards. And as the head comes down, he grabs onto it using both arms to compensate for the greater size, pulls himself up, reaches onto his belt, grabs a dagger, slams it onto the right side of the neck, and rips it across. And you watch as both of them fall backwards. And for a moment, you have this fear that they fell into the flame, but realize that just inches short of it. They both fell into the dirt. The Verbeeg, unmoving.
Whew.
Toreg breathing hard. Even through the slits in the helmet, you can see his pupils dilated, the adrenaline pumping, the near-death experience, very, very close to your guys' hearts. But the Verbeeg is dead.
Ugh.
Throw
That's
the man
why.
bun in the fire.
I was going to say, that's why you don't have a man
That's why you
bun.
don't have a man bun.
So I'm gonna stand up and pick up my poleaxe and face the ogre. And that's the end of my turn.
Roll an intimidation check.
Oh, good at those two.
You friend.
No friend.
Me, friend! 15.
15. As you stand, the two of you, Zoria and Torek, stand triumphant over the Verbeeg's dead, bleeding body. The ogre looks at both of you and says, "Friend, friend," and turns to run.
Not right now.
But not right now because it's not his turn. Zoria, it is your turn.
Never mind. I was going to take a fucking AOL.
Do you have yeah. Unless you have anything to do on your turn.
No, it was just thematic.
Yeah. Zoria, it is your turn.
I think it's time to go check on Flynn. And I told Torek, I say, Torek, I must go see what is going on. And
I just nod at you.
Okay.
I'll
I
handle it
sprint
myself.
as fast as I can, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's as far as I can go, right? I have 30 feet of movement, so that should be
Correct.
okay. Even if I use dash.
If you use dash, you could double it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I get over here to where, or let's do 5, 6. I'm all the way at Soren.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Soren?
Soren runs away.
Soren runs away. He gets up and miraculously
He's just taking a nap.
runs away.
Zoran was fine the whole time.
Trust me.
I had to look at a bit of the.
I'm double checking something really quick. Because Dash used up my action, but I just want to make sure I don't have any other bonus actions I'm forgetting about that it could help him out right now. Ooh, guess what? Healing word's a bonus action.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Healing Word on my friend Soren over here. Because I see what's going on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, and oh my goodness. Then I go over and I pick him up, and I cast Healing Word. And so Soren now gets, I believe, 1d4 plus 3. Yep. Yep.
Do me a favor. Roll a dexterity save.
Me? Don't smile at me like that.
I didn't know you had healing back there. That would have been nice.
7.
As you were running over here,
It's new.
you trip. Your foot hit something soft.
It's covered in ice.
Yeah, it's still soft. It's
didn't
covered
I
in
didn't
frost.
go that way. I cleared him.
How would you have done that?
What do you mean, how would I have cleared him?
If you had just run down
fuck.
this hallway, you would have hit him.
You're right.
Couldn't you have died from more
As
convenient?
I would have died right where Soren
As-
is, but someone had to drag my body away.
as you're running, you hit something soft and it catches your foot and you fall, and you feel the cold against your foot and leg, and you look down and you see Nurgle covered in frost at your feet, and then you hear Flynn speaking, calling out to whoever he may support, what you may be a god, may be something deeper or darker, but calling out nonetheless. And you realize that there must still be something going on. And so you get up and you move anyway. And you move over to where Flynn and Soren are. And you see Soren broken and bleeding. And manage to cast your spell, and you watch as his wounds close.
Thank you.
You trip and get knocked unconscious.
You trip, hit your head, you're dead.
Fall on top of Soren.
Rocks fall, you're
Soren
dead.
dies.
Yeah.
Fall down the hole, down the hole that I was going to get thrown into.
Flynn dies from grief.
Yeah.
And that's it. Just party wave. Let's go.
Yeah. You.
Torik's going to another
Torik's
room.
going alone.
Oh yeah, this isn't over.
You heal. You do heal Soren, but that image is in your mind.
Awesome. Thanks for haunting me.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yeah. I will respond with Zoria clocks that what she tripped over, understands what's going on, and has enough wherewithal to keep it together.
Yeah. Yeah,
So in the
especially given your wisdom score, you would be able to hold it together.
It's not her first rodeo.
Yeah. Death is common in the Icewind Dale.
So with that, Soren, go ahead and do 1d4 plus 3. Or do I roll
I think
it?
you roll it.
You roll it.
I don't trust myself with a d4. That's rude. Alright, well, you get 4 points of health. Good,
Plus
good on
3?
you.
Yeah. 1 plus 3.
It's a d4.
Oh, 4 total.
Oh,
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
nice if you had a
Ah,
grave
hey,
cleric?
that's-
Yeah. I'm going to stabilize you.
Yeah, it would be nice to
We
have
do
a
have
grave cleric.
we have a grave cleric. A cleric in the grave.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
No!
Soren,
I hate it.
you back and you see the cave around you, dark as it may be. You see the faint bits of light. You see over you Flynn holding you up. You see Zoria, the guide who took you across the spine of the world, holding you. The magic light still glowing from her hands, and you are both stable and conscious.
I immediately jump up. I'm like, the bear is. I'm actually in a trance.
Oh, yeah.
Flynn was. I can't see what's the bear.
I don't think he is okay.
I couldn't.
Nurgle.
I couldn't save him. Zoria,
He's so good, little one.
I couldn't. And I pass out. I catch you. Zoria, is
What's he talking about?
I do not think that Nergal made it.
And as the quiet and darkness settles around the three of you, we're going to take a quick break. All right. And Soren, as you come to consciousness and see Zoria and Flynn sitting over you, and then Flynn, his eyes roll back into his head and he drops to the ground, unconscious. It is the ogre's turn. The ogre, seeing its friend die, is it going to attempt to run away? It is going to run this way. It is going to take an AOO from Toric. So Toric, go ahead and roll your attack.
Oh, that was really rude.
13.
13 hits. Roll damage.
Okay.
Oh man, that was very rude. 12.
12. Nice. Okay. You bring your axe down across its shoulder blades as it turns to run. It rips through the flesh as I'm hitting the mic. It rips through the flesh, tearing skin from bone, but not enough to stop it from running away. And it takes off, looking back at you and looking back at its dead, mutilated friend down this tunnel here. And it's going to use its action to dash. And disappears into the darkness of the bend.
Okay.
And it is Soren's turn.
I'm just going to turn to Zoria. Where's Tor?
He was still fighting an ogre. It was no big deal. Verbeeg is done.
No
Ogre
big
is
deal.
fine.
Are you sure he's okay?
I am pretty confident he would.
Pretty confident.
He would not want our help, is what I'm expecting.
I don't care what he wants.
Not entirely
No,
accurate.
he's okay.
He is still doing very well. Yes. We should. We should go help him and check him out, but I'm just letting you know. He is conscious and alive much better than what this is.
Relatively, he's doing okay.
I'm just letting you know.
Thank
It is
you.
much worse here.
Well, Flynn's foaming at the mouth.
I will carry
it's-
Flynn and we will go to Torp to make sure he's okay.
That is the good idea, yes.
Okay. So I will pick Flynn up and move. Is that half movement?
Half speed, yeah.
Okay. In 1, 2, 3.
Are you gonna run after this?
And then I'm
ogre?
going to bonus action dash 1, 2, 3.
Wherever
Okay.
you go, I'll follow you.
I
Damn.
wish that I didn't know how you played your character so well.
Only because we know that the militia was killed by the ogre because of the blunt force.
Oh, that's a good point.
And as I pass Nurgle, I kind of just like sharply turn away and try not to look. And that's my turn.
Okay.
It's nice that you didn't trip over his dead person corpse.
I'm very dexterous.
You skipped over.
Very, very aware of his surroundings.
Flynn, it is your turn.
No scope skip.
I don't
Oh,
think,
yeah,
I
you're
don't think
unconscious.
Flynn's going to be taking his turn.
And Zoria follows.
Yep.
The peeps.
Well, so
and
we are still currently in an initiative order. So Toric is up next. technically.
Okay.
Oh, I could have gone more. That's okay.
Do you want to do something else with your turn?
I just realized I didn't use my action, so I would have moved another
So you would
50
use your
feet.
bonus action to dash and then.
and movement and
Yep.
action.
Okay, so yeah, you can move further along.
Right there.
Wherever you go, I'll follow you.
Alright, and Toric, it is your turn. Toric
Torig.
is your turn.
All right. So, thinking back to the dead militia after this ogre has left, I know what I have to do. So I shake off the pain of the battle and shake off a little fatigue, and I go after the ogre. What can I see here before I decide whether I'm going to dash?
From here, you can see into a separate room, and you can see the bend of a cave, of the cave wall. You can see the bend into another tunnel. But you can't see very far down, and it's a pretty sharp turn.
Okay. I'm going to use the rest of my movement, or I'm going to use my action to, move this way.
Mm-hmm.
Move to the right. This is likely the only place the ogre could have gone without me seeing him right now.
As you round the bend, you do see the ogre running out into the wilderness, out through the larger exit of another entrance to the cave that you guys had not previously found.
I'm going to get a little closer. Close enough to strike.
Use your reach, yeah. Okay, make your attack.
Smack.
I can't,
Oh, because you use your action to dash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but when he moves,
Yep.
I will.
Yep. Okay. Zoria, it's your turn.
Zora gets all the way here.
I'm going to fucking chase this ogre.
And she yells out, Torek, where are you?
Do I hear that?
Roll perception.
I fucking hope so. She's a giant in a cave.
11?
Twerk's focused though.
All you hear, you running through the caves, you hear
that's
the
pretty loud.
of your own heartbeat, the rage and the adrenaline and the blood pumping through your head and through your eardrums. Somewhere you think someone might have called out to you, but you don't hear it.
Okay, I'm going to roleplay that as if I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Zoria, are you going to do anything else with your turn?
I think that's all I can do, right? I ran, dashed, and called out as a bonus action, so yeah.
Okay. The ogre, seeing you pursue it, is going to rear back and take a step towards you so that it can swing. It is going to make one attack against you.
Could have been friend.
That's a 20 to hit.
That for sure connects.
Which does 19 points of bludgeoning damage.
I get knocked the fuck out, dude.
God damn it.
This thing running from it, you in your rage go to pursue it, and you hear the poof, poof, poof of your own blood pumping through your ears, the adrenaline, you feel the rage, and you run out. And as you run out into the open snow in the night sky, just in time to see it, notice you turn back, bring down his club, and wham! Across your head. And everything goes black.
I'm partially glad you got knocked the fuck out.
It is then going to use.
Kind of figure out what happened.
It is then going to use its movement to continue running.
That's good.
God.
Could have drugged me off and ate me.
I know, that's the thing.
It does run out into the wilderness, and at that point, we'll break combat.
Okay, great.
The ogre continues to run off into the woods, and you are free to do what you will.
All right, Zoria's running all the way over here to Torek. Because I saw where the ogre went.
Yeah, you would have
Okay.
seen where it ran.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I
before
saw
you took
where it
off.
went before I took off. I know that's what he did because I fucking know this guy. I've seen this guy before.
I would
And I'm
also
like-
continue until I saw them.
Right.
Okay.
And I say,
Then-
Torek, you idiot. And I cast Cure Wounds on him.
Okay, Torek, you everything. The last thing you recognize is this great wooden club coming down towards your face, and then everything goes black, and then there's this light and a feeling of relief, and you wake up to see Zoria standing over you, looking somewhat frustrated.
You get 10 points,
Oh, nice.
and I smack you in the face.
For
Like
2 points.
hard.
For 2
And
points.
you smack me in
And
the
you
helmet.
take- and it rings, and you take 2 points of damage.
Do you smack me in the helmet or the face?
Oh, I smack you in the helmet.
Your helmet's
'cause
still
you can't
on.
take your helmet off.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. I'm unconscious. Wait.
Oh God! No.
Oh no, not anything.
What kind of show is this?
I know that you have boundaries. Like
Yeah.
I've picked up on that you have boundaries, so I would never
Okay.
remove your helmet without your consent. So I do smack you in the helmet. It rings. You take 2 points of damage.
It's already ringing.
It's ringing more.
Oh, I guess
You.
he got the better of me, I think.
You idiot! Why on earth we finally had them down and away? Nurgle is dead, and this is
He killed the militia. He's gonna kill
This
more if we don't
is-
stop him.
unacceptable. There
I'm
is-
not really in a position to argue right now.
There is another man who is dead because of our actions, and this is not good. Okay?
With that, so Soren's carrying me. I wake up briefly as you say that, and I just try to mutter out the words. Don't give up on him yet. And I pass out again.
Flynn, what do you mean? Flynn. I kind of shake you a little bit. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, I'm gonna walk back to that campfire and I'm gonna set Flynn down
I'm gonna take the Verbeeg's head.
and call over to Zoria and let her know that I'm doing that.
Alright.
Flynn's by the fire.
I've come over here with you guys.
Oh, and we need to search this place.
Zoria, would you assist me in grabbing Nurgle?
Yes.
Okay, I'll search this place.
And
So I hang the Verbeeg's
Yeah, you
head
would
on.
normally think the rogue would be searching the cave.
Our rogue cares too much about people.
Are you searching what area are you searching right now? The area with the bonfire?
Yeah,
or?
the campfire area, and then I guess we'll systematically move through the
Yeah.
rest of the cave.
Okay. So go ahead and roll investigate. While they're doing this, roll investigation for the area around the campfire.
Up at the fucking table. 4.
Okay. You look into
was
the
almost a
two
17.
barrels, and you see one that's white, and one that's like black and gray, and you're like, I know that's salt, but what is that one? And you take a handful and you sniff it,
Oh my god.
and and cough,
Die.
and sneeze, and you realize that it is pepper. That other one is pepper.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
that could be worth a lot. Maybe 1250 gold.
This is the rare pepper from the
Yeah,
main.
yeah.
That's the good stuff.
The,
You gotta
most
Oh,
unique
and,
pepper
and
in
like
the world.
yeah, Himalayan pink sea salt.
Yeah.
What about the boxes? Nothing new.
The crates are broken open, and it looks like at one point there might have been oats and cranes in one of them, maybe used to feed the animals, but it is now long dry. There are only traces of it. You don't find anything in the other crate. It looks like just rubble.
Okay. I'll just move through the rest of the cave. I need to move my guy actually. I'll move back
Okay.
under.
And while he's doing that, what are you two doing?
I would like to grab him and just bring him closer to the campfire.
Okay.
But maybe not too close. It seems there is. He should not have frozen this fast.
Sure. Well, 10 feet or so away.
Sounds good.
I'll go ahead and give you control.
Okay.
So both Zoria and Soren will have control over where you move the token for Nurgle's body.
We'll
How
keep
close do you
them-
want him to the fire?
Keep him about right. That's a little close to the goats. We'll keep him over here.
To the goats. Okay.
Well, I didn't want the goats to start being like.
Yeah.
Starts to eat Nurgle's
I
ear.
know. Start to nibble on him.
Just breaks off.
I don't know. Tim's throwing a lot of BS at us today. You know, he might have a goatee Nurgle. I don't know.
So while you guys are doing that, it does give Torek time to move into the back cave. Torek, go ahead and roll an investigation.
To find the family of Verbeegs that are back here.
the three other Verbeegs. Go ahead and roll investigation.
At that point, Zoria leaves you to die.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
Nat 20?
The boxes redeem itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you walk in, the first thing you see
More salt.
are 3 large casks, like you would expect to find mead in.
Nice.
One of them is broken open and empty,
Oh.
but the other 2 seem to be undamaged. You also, above you, notice 7 baskets hung from the ceiling, each from a pulley system that connects to the north side of the cave. This particular room, with a rope that if you were to cut, the basket would fall. And on the far west side, there is a small, tight tunnel, which extends into another room from which you cannot currently see where it goes.
Is there like a flagon around?
A what?
Is there a cup around here?
A flagon?
I could use some mead.
Looking at the taps, you feel like you could probably drink from it without spilling everything.
I do that while no one's around.
But you'd have to
Take my
duck your
helmet
head
off,
in
Take
it,
my
yeah.
helmet off real quick.
Roll a deck save real quick. Just do it.
Fuck me.
Roll a deck save. 0?
That's 0. Yeah.
You open the tap, but you open it too wide, and the mead just down over your face. You can feel it already, like the amount of honey and sugar in it. It's already sticky against your
Oh my
skin.
god, that probably hurts. Well, actually, it
It's
doesn't.
your
Little
eyes.
spirit saying, "Pour one out for the homies."
Your eyes burn, but you do manage to get at least a mouthful
Oh, that's good.
into your mouth.
Is it good?
Yeah, it tastes delicious.
Nice.
It's just like what you had in Bryn Shander.
All right, cool deal. I'm gonna take a look through the other thing. I'll close the tap. I'm gonna take a look through the.
Through the cave. You
I don't even know if I can fit through that.
You could fit. It's about 5 by 5 feet. 5 feet across, 5 feet tall. You would have to kind of scrunch down and shove yourself through, but you could do it. It's like I said, it's tight, but it is definitely available to you, and you see the hints of.
We see nothing.
You see another room on the other side.
Beauty of
That
the area.
I know I'm working on it.
We
It
see
doesn't.
less of nothing.
I know it doesn't. It doesn't want to do the thing.
I just got sucked into the abyss.
I know. You see the beginnings of another room with laid stone as opposed to natural cave walls.
Oh, I'm gonna go through this for sure.
Okay.
Sorry, guys.
As you shove your way through the tunnel, what are the rest of you doing?
Can we just like solve the tunnel puzzle first?
I'm just sitting there by everyone else, waiting for Flynn to wake up.
Oh, I do call out before I leave that I found the mead.
Okay. So you guys do hear from the cave to the area to the north. You hear somebody yell, "I found the mead."
I'll grab the casks.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Big-
Zoria
big woman
goes to
gets
get
the
them.
casks.
Yeah, I grab the casks.
So as you go to grab one of these casks, these are not. They weigh 200 pounds apiece.
Totally fine.
Okay, so here's where my large stature comes in,
Yeah, yeah,
considering how much I can
Carry
carry.
it.
Okay.
I can carry twice the
Go to your
amount.
inventory.
My
What
inventory.
what is
We're
your?
really gonna do this right now.
I am. What is your carry weight?
Like that I'm currently carrying.
No. What is your max?
So good to manage equipment.
All you have to do is click on weight carried.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Click on weight carried and
Oh.
scroll to the top.
Oh, I didn't know you did that.
Scroll to the top.
Try it again.
Brought to you by
Ah.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah, brought to you
my
by
God.
D&D Beyond.
I can.
strong. I thought I was strong.
I can carry 420 pounds. I'm currently carrying 146.
Okay. So you can't carry both, but you do pull one up under your arm and
One doesn't have as much in it because it spilled all over his face. So you still think it weighs that much?
That's a good point.
it is somewhat less.
Because I'm.
We could drink
pretty-
more. We could always drink
I'm
more.
pretty
But
close.
I'm not going to say they
have a
lost
job.
100 pounds worth. It is you could carry one by yourself.
If we're gonna get picky.
You can carry one by yourself, but you wouldn't be able to carry both.
All right. I grab one, and I put it down, and then I go back for the other one,
And-
and I put it down.
Okay. And
So
you
now
do-
both
where
of the
are you putting
casts
them
sit
down?
with
Are you
me.
putting are you putting them in the campfire area?
Yes.
Okay. And you do, as you are going in and out, you do see the cave, the little tunnel through which Torek left.
And I heavily roll my eyes.
Okay.
But I'm climbing through that tiny hole.
Does nobody else want to do anything?
I would
I mean, divine club.
I would like to think that Flynn is dreaming.
Okay.
He's his dream is back in Succumber,
hmm
among the grass and the flowers, and he's with his best friends in the Wily Willow Gang. And it is peaceful.
Roll a wisdom save.
That could have been a 19, but instead it was a 9. An 8 actually.
So you
Isn't that I take?
It's a save.
Oh, okay, a 10.
10. All right, that changes a little bit. So you are laying in the grass in Succumber, and you're home amongst your friends, and you feel the warmth of the sun upon you and the spring air. Somewhat cool, but somewhat warm. It's comfy. And then it becomes cold. And then it becomes biting cold. And you look around, and your friends are gone. And you're alone in this field. And then you're not alone. A woman sits next to you. Her icy, frozen, brittle hair draped across her shoulders, almost looking wet. And you look up and the sky is dark, and she smiles at it. And she looks around and she says, "Do you see? They will all leave you. But not me. I will always be here." And then you blink, and the air is warm again, and you're back amongst the Wily Willow Gang, and you feel that spring air again. And your dream continues. But you don't feel quite as home as you did before. Torek, as you pull yourself out of the small tunnel, you find yourself in a carved stone room. In the center is a large stone tablet. Looking upon it, you see depictions of similar imagery to what you saw in Goodmead. The depictions of scaled creatures and great beasts and tribes. But apart from that, you also see one figure standing above them, one figure who is leading them, one figure in front of them, standing between them and the beasts. And they're holding in their hand something. Roll an Arcana check.
3.
3. Looking at this item, you sense that it's meant to represent something magical in nature, but you can't make out what it is. And these images are drawn upon the walls and upon the floor, but most densely upon this pedestal in the center. This long, maybe 7 foot by 2 foot stone in the middle of the floor. That is where the images are most condensed.
Okay, I'll note that in my head. I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna go back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Not the way I came, because I can tell now that there's a stairway here that
Mm-hmm.
leads all the way back around.
Yeah, you follow the path and you do find that it links back to the cave tunnel where you saw the Verbeeg standing prior.
All right. What's everybody doing here? I don't know what's going on around the
We're just
campfire.
hanging out.
Just sitting.
We were waiting for you.
Oh,
I think this would be the first time you see the
Flynn?
body.
oh, and the body.
Yeah.
Is it just chilling over in the corner?
Yeah, as you walk
Literally
in, you
chilling.
see Nurgle. You see Nurgle laid out on the edge of the firelight, covered in frost.
I'll go and kneel by him for a second.
Yeah.
And silently pray over the body.
Flynn is shivering in his sleep.
Yeah.
I put my cloak on.
And in this moment of silence and this moment of quiet, this moment of reflection for some, for looking into the future for others, we're going to end tonight's session.
GG.
We gotta go upstairs and pour one out for Nurgle.
GG, no read.